Howdy. Have you ever heard of Langtry, Texas? Home of Judge Roy Bean, law west of the Pecos? Come on, let's go. Langtry was originally established in 1882 by the Southern Pacific Railroad as a grading camp called Eagle Nest. It was later renamed for George Langtry, an engineer and foreman who supervised the immigrant Chinese work crews building the railroad in the area. Roy Bean arrived soon after completion of the railroad and set up a tent saloon on company land. He later built a wooden structure for his saloon, which he called the Jersey Lily, after well-known British actress Lily Langtry. Because Langtry had no jail, all cases were settled by fines, most of which just happened to be the amount the accused person had on him. Of the fines collected, Bean was never known to have sent any money to the state, but instead pocketed the cash. Though later portrayed in Western films and books as a hanging judge, Bean only sentenced 2 men to hang, one of which escaped. By 1892, the town supported a general store operated by W.H. Dodd, another saloon operated by the Torres family, and a population of about 150 people. Judge Roy Bean was defeated in the election of 1886, but the following year a new precinct was created after Langtry became part of Alberta County, and he was again appointed as the new Justice of the Peace. He continued to be elected until 1896, when he was finally defeated. However, in typical Bean fashion, he refused to surrender his seal and new law book and continued to try all cases north of the railroad tracks. In 1896, Judge Roy Bean made national headlines by setting up a boxing match in Langtry. Because Texas had outlawed boxing, he scheduled the heavyweight fight between Robert James Fitzsimmons and Peter Mayer on a sandbar on the Mexican side of the Rio Grande, just south of Langtry. Bean then arranged for press, spectators, and the Texas Rangers to travel by train from El Paso to Langtry. Fitzsimmons knocked Mayer out in 95 seconds, winning the heavyweight title. By the turn of the century, Langtry had become the commercial center for ranching in the area, had a population of several hundred, a school, and structures that were permanent rather than tents. In the meantime, Roy Bean was aging, spent most of his time on his porch with a shotgun in his arms, drinking and bragging. However, he was also known to help the poor in the area. After a heavy bout of drinking, Bean died in his saloon on March 16, 1903, of lung and heart ailments. Eagle's Nest Canyon is an archaeological site that's just to the west of Langtry, also known as 1 Mile Canyon. And this place has several rock shelters in it that were, there's cave paintings there. They've done extensive work in this canyon archaeologically and uncovered history for this part of Texas that goes back 14,000 years, 14,500 years. They've found bones of Ice Age animals that are now extinct in this canyon, and they found butcher marks on the bones, or they thought they were at first. Later on, they said they could possibly be butchering marks on those bones, or they could be from another animal chewing on it or whatever. They also they found Clovis area tool 12,500 years ago, and they know humans were killed these animals. They found evidence of a bison jump, and there were bones there from a sort of bison, and I might not be saying this right, bison antiquus, that are now extinct, and they were just run off a cliff, and it's the southernmost bison jump in the United States that they found. Of course, it's only a mile from Mexico, so you can't get much more southern than that. But anyways, and they found evidence of another bison jump that occurred about 800 years ago. They have found all kinds of archaeological evidence in this canyon. So let's talk about that. Eagle's Nest Canyon has a few things that would have been vital for a hunter-gatherer type person or community to survive. There's rock shelters there. Carved into the canyon, there's places where nature has made natural shelters in the canyon, and there's several of them in there. There's chert. There's pockets of chert in this limestone, and the chert, it flakes easily. It makes great stone tools, points, spearheads, arrowheads, scrapers, those kind of things. And that's in abundance in this area. There's a water source. There's the Rio Grande River right there. And there's game. There's herd animals. At one time, up into the early 1900s, there were buffalo herds, but even there was deer, there's small game, rabbits. There's also edible plants in the area, so you've got food, water, and shelter, sort of the basic building blocks of what you need to survive someplace. And that's all present in Eagle Canyon, and that's Eagle Nest Canyon, and that's probably why people have been there for so long. guess that's about all for this one. Just one thing in closing, Eagle's Nest Canyon is on private property, and they've done a very good job of preserving this so that archaeologists can get in there and really determine how people lived these thousands of years ago, and a little bit about their lifestyles, and then they can pass that information on to us. So it's on private property, leave it alone. And that's it for now. See you next time.